Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here. From the last episode, we talked about starting your own business. I was giving you a story of my own, how I was able to do it. And as we know, it's not easy, as many of you have been saying, even in the comment section. So what I did is to bring you someone who has done it. So you not only hear from me, but you hear from someone else who has overcome the fear of working for someone else and starting their own empire. Today is the day. Stay with me. Without taking any more time, I would like to introduce to you our guest of the day. You're most welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Would you please introduce yourself?
I am Janet Nakate Sentongo. What should I say to bring myself out so much clearly?
Yes, as we go on, they'll get to know more about you.
Me. Yeah,
yes.
I think that will work.
As we know already, you're here because you overcame the fear. You were working for someone else, and then you transitioned to working for your own self. Please tell us about that story. How did it happen? Where were you working? How did you make up your mind? We want to know all that. Yeah.
I would love to start this story by saying that I'm a Ugandan. So when I say that I'm a Ugandan, every one of us understands where Ugandans come from. I'm from Uganda. And here we are in the UAE, in Dubai. So we had to first overcome the fear of the unknown, that UAE as itself is having a lot of negative pressures here and that and that. And we decided to come.
Yes.
You and I, you that is watching, and I myself. So we overcame some fear. All of us as we are here.
Fearing.
Yes. It means that at a given time, you overcame a fear. You're here in the UAE.
That's it. The first move done.
So overcoming fear isn't anything that is new to all of us that are in the UAE or that are abroad, or diaspora, as people may call it. And then as we came here, of course, all of us have stories, how we started and how we are moving on with life. So here I am. But us knowing that you've moved a number of years in the UAE, means that you're growing. So if you're growing and then you get to understand that some bits of you are not growing.
That part.
You see, some bits are growing, like the age is growing.
That one will always grow.
The weight and size is growing.
Yes.
The responsibilities are growing.
Growing, yes.
Some bits of you are not growing.
Stagnant, so to say.
Yes, they are stagnated in some way.
Yeah.
So you get to realize that something is wrong somewhere.
True.
Why isn't this part growing?
The financial part?
I'm coming.
Let me
I'm coming.
So
that part isn't. There's so many parts that may not be growing in as regards to your life. Given, for example, the financial part that you've said, but also other parts, individuals, as we are here, we that are speaking now, and those that are listening to us or watching us. I'm going to throw this question to you: that have you taken trouble to think about yourself? There's so many years you've spent here in the UAE, maybe 2, maybe 10, maybe 30, and you've looked around yourself and seen that, I was 50 kgs when I came, and now I'm 70. I was 30 when I came, now I am 38 or 40.
Yes.
I was earning this when I came. What are you earning now?
Question.
Have you asked yourself such questions? If the other bits of you have grown, why this bit isn't growing? After you realizing that, yes, there is trouble there, then you're going to be chanced with an opportunity to find out why they are not growing. And if they are not growing because it is you failing to put in an input to cause the growth, then that means you're going to have the momentum and the energies to work onto that factor so you can grow.
It can grow as well.
So yes, so as we came, yes, we were chanced, we were blessed, we got jobs that we are working in, even up to now. I don't say that I moved, I'm still working. I love my profession, I'm a health service provider. I cannot go out of it because I love service to people. I love doing service to people. But then, there is a bit of me that I was seeing that isn't growing. So probably I needed to find ways to make it grow.
which is a question someone else might be having. People feel like to build your own empire, to start your own company, you have to have left the other source of income that you've been having. Yet you can juggle them both.
Oh yes.
How difficult is that? How easy is that? Or in other words?
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. Before you wanting to know how difficult or how easy, you first need to understand, do I really need it?
Okay.
Do I really need it? Because it's not necessarily that if somebody else is doing what they're doing, you should also go into it without you first preparing yourself. Understanding whether you have the abilities to do it. And those abilities, by the way, are not necessarily money. It is you yourself. Are you upright right from your brains, ready to start up something? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the challenges that you're going to meet? And of course, even the goods that may come with it. So after you understanding that, yes, you're ready, then you can go and do it. You get me?
Yes.
So it is... This is the factor that is that is quite challenging to many of the people, probably for not knowing that they can start up something.
They can start
even
up
in their free time,
even while doing something else.
Yes,
just to increase that part of you that is remaining same for a long time.
Because let's get to understand this, that in the world where we are today, things are different. There is social media. So many people are doing money, are making money on social media. Others have done several courses on computer, and they're doing business in their comfort zone. What do I call their comfort zone? Their free time. Maybe they're off duty. Someone is doing some business. Not necessarily that they're moving out of where they are, going to juggle around with given factors. No, they're doing it like from their comfort, and they're able to generate money.
They would have used to do something else, they choose to do something more productive.
Oh yes,
that will actually give them a better life
and something they're enjoying to do.
True that.
Okay, and others have not yet realized that we are in this world where these opportunities are, and we can make good use of them. So
actually, I'm very happy that we are hosting you, Miss Janet, that you're both doing your own, and you are also still working, providing service in another company.
Oh yes.
And that's where I would like to ask you a question. What is your take on entrepreneurship based on the fact that you know both? So there's entrepreneurship, there is working for another company. What is your take on entrepreneurship specifically?
I would love to say that being an entrepreneur is something that is very good, but because it gives you a chance to get yourself and get to know that, hey, I am grown. I'm also carrying some weight in me. Because it's until when a child gets up from that ground where they've been crawling from to stand, and they stand on their own without any support, that they will understand that, hey, I'm also able to do it. All of us that have children,
when they can reach for things.
Yes, all of us that have children realize that you can see the joy that that child gets the moment they realize that I can stand on my own. I'm not getting supported here and there. Even when they start walking, I mean the joy that they feel within themselves.
So it's a very fast achievement.
Yes, this is the same thing that comes in the business world, or in factors that are bringing us money.
Yes.
You understanding that I can start up something and I can feed it to growth is a reward to yourself already. Even before you seeing money is coming, you're already feeling like you're rewarded in one way or another. You feel you're able.
That's part of achievement.
Yes.
A great joy. It gives a lot of joy.
True.
Wow. And also, okay, now that you're doing entrepreneurship already, there's so many things that you enjoy about. So now you have the joy, you are into entrepreneurship, you feel happy, you have achieved it. So when you are in already, because I know you've moved already a journey in entrepreneurship, what are the things you enjoy most? While being an entrepreneur?
By the way, I would love to answer that question by making our viewers understand what we do. What are we doing?
Yes.
We are looking at growing people, upskilling people.
Exactly.
So me, being that even my profession is a profession of serving humans, even this, I feel I'm doing service. I'm doing service to people. Yes. For you to help somebody understands, someone that was feeling down, is already fallen or is failed in a number of areas in their lives, and you help them understand that no, if you're still alive, are you alive? You understood that you're really alive. It means that there are so many opportunities for you. Even when you've fallen several times, you can get up. You can rise up and still move. So that is the joy that I have, because this business that we're doing, or this company that we started up that is helping people upskill, is looking at individuals that have already come into the UAE. All of us as expatriates. All of us as expatriates. And you were not chanced with doing a professional job. You started with working in an unskilled job. Probably you're in a cleaning company.
I was a cleaner when I came. My first job was a cleaning job.
Yes, probably you're a cleaner in some company. Not because you did not study at all, not because you don't have any papers. You're working in somebody's house as a house manager. You're working in some company as a security personnel. Maybe you're in a supermarket. You're doing help job, or you're doing several kind of jobs, maybe construction. Not necessarily because it's what you came wanting to do, but because that is where the open door or window was in that time. So I come in and I get to let you know that yes, you're there as a starting or a stepping stone. But the opportunities above you, and I help you get to see them. If at all you've not yet seen them, you yourself. So after you realizing that, yes, there are opportunities there, and these opportunities are actually paying off better. And there is no bar that is preventing me from getting to those opportunities. Then I get to help you understand that the abilities are in the inside of you, to rise up and take your chances, try it out, and then go and try. Yes.
And see that you can live.
Then you realize that you had taken so much time. Because look at many of our brothers and sisters here. They've worked as, I'll use your profession, where your job that you started with,
my first
housekeeping.
Job,
For the first contract, our contracts are usually 2 years.
2 years normally, yeah.
At the end of the 2 years, of course, you have no plan B. You look around and you're like, I need the money. What should I do?
And you dive in again.
You renew. Not because you really want to, but because you felt there is no other opportunities. You renew. Before you get to know it, even those 2 years are finished. Those are 4. You renew again. Those are 6. Forgetting that those 6 you're counting in a company are also added onto your age.
Onto your age.
Onto your age. And the financial bit, has not changed. Has not changed. But responsibilities have grown in those 6 years, and you're still moving. So this is what this is where I get the idea, and I'm like, no, we need to look at ways to help our people know that there are opportunities here that they can go and venture into.
Okay, we've talked about upskilling, and I would like to know, the viewers, the listeners would like to know, which kind of skills do you boost up? Is it only one sector, or how do you handle that? How do you do it?
Okay. We will love to understand that, as humans, every one of us has a strength. Yeah, we have giftings here and there. I got to realize that I have this gifting in me of talking to somebody, helping, not necessarily advising them, but pushing them in a corner where they will be able to open up their minds and get to think about themselves. So they get to understand best where they are and get to see which opportunities they may have to better themselves. So this is the kind of upskilling I'm talking about. Even this company started from there. Because where I am working, I'm looking at several of people that they are in big numbers, of course. They are working in those companies. They are housekeepers, they are messengers, they are I mean, you know, this kind of jobs,
Yes.
that are paying them less, and you know they are not happy as they are working.
I know.
They are grumbling every now and then as they are working.
They have the I wish.
Yes, and they really feel that they have the hunger of getting to something else, even when they end their contracts. But then when someone opens up to you, because I mean you're friendly with them,
Yes.
they open up to you and they're like, I would want to venture into something else. Then you ask them a question. What would you want to venture into?
Surprising,
Any job.
Sometimes they, I know.
Any job.
Anything.
Okay, if it were you, you're with a given company, and somebody came to your working table, and asked you for any job, what would your reaction be like? Yeah. Of course, I would not be understanding how best to help them. Okay, now look at yourself in that situation. You want any job, but who is ready to give you any job?
And what is any job even?
Can you make it that easy for an employer to give you a job? How? By you finding a skill to do. Many of us have failed to understand that it is skills that sell us out there.
That's true.
If you're skillless, lovely, you'll continue doing that unskilled job. Even when you're very beautiful, you're very energetic, you're very healthy, I mean outspoken. If you're without a skill, you'll keep on doing that unskilled job.
For a long
And the pain is, I mean, like I said, you're growing. So I don't know if you're at this age, you're doing that unskilled job. At age 60, you'll still be able to do that unskilled job. And it will be able to feed your needs at that age.
It cannot sustain you, for sure.
So you see.
You know, when you talk about that, the profession that you're doing, it reminds me when I left, like I told my viewers last time, the listeners also, last time I talked about my journey. And at one point when I was in a receptionist in a company, GVS Solutions, the Global Verification Solutions, while I was there, there's this girl I met. She was actually Kenyan, who was seated in the metro. And I was telling her, you know what, my company is closing because like the license is done and they don't feel like renewing. What am I going to do? Oh my God, how can I find another job? Maybe a cleaning job. I remember telling her maybe I can go back to cleaning. I gave an option and she looked at me and was like, Rebecca, what are you saying? I was like, because the company is closing and you know the visa, because you know the fear of the visa. The visa, what will I do? I'll have no visa. And she said, Rebecca, you can do so much more. I am a Christian, yeah. I believe in God, and I know when I pray, God would help me. But there's such a time that you reach. I know you can relate. There's a time you can relate with the people that you've helped.
Oh, yeah.
And you feel like the best you can do is that cleaning job. You feel like, Kale, Nzania again. Like you even demean yourself to an extent that you can't even walk into an office. So this girl talked to me, long story short, the next week I decided I'm just going to go office by office. The offices I want to work for. I used to work in like that time the Dubai World Central with the office which the company which closed, and in the metro I used to pass through downtown. And it's at this point that she talked to me and I said, okay, I'll get my CVs and I'll just go office by office in downtown. So I chose downtown, and I kid you not, I got a job within a week.
Wow.
A job, like one of the best jobs I've ever done. The pay was like 5 times more than the one I was doing before.
You get it?
With a very conducive, wonderful environment, only from the word that girl gave me. So I know the viewers will understand when you say you help to upskill, sometimes you have a skill within you that you want someone to stare it up.
Oh, yeah.
It is just in you. Or maybe you've lost the hope and you want someone to just boost you up.
Oh, yes.
So now you know there is someone you can run to. What is your company name, and where you found? For someone who has had that and they're like, okay, now I'm going to do this.
Okay.
How do they
So
find
we
you?
are called the JEX. The JEX?
The JEX.
Yes, Barrister Training Institute. We are a fully registered institute with the UAE government, by the way.
Yes, we are going to go to that
And you know,
part.
when you tell this to people, they're like, how come? Because, I mean, they're closed up. They want to think these kind of big things are for those people.
Oh my God.